Let's continue on. Jeff and Corona, Leo Laporte, the tech guy. Hi, Jeff.
Hi. First, I just want to say I love Twit. I love the whole network, so keep it up.
Thank you.
A couple of things. First, a quick comment about the Apple's Mighty Mouse, which is I'm a video editor, and it's actually really great for video editing.
Really?
You have a lot of control over horizontal scrolling on the timeline.
You like that little scroll ball thing?
Yeah, I mean, for horizontal scrolling, I haven't seen any other mouse that, besides trackballs.
Now, take a look. This is an interesting additional feature to the new trackpads on the MacBook Pros. Craig Severson, as I mentioned, I talked about him early on in the show, and Alex Lindsay, both are excited about this two-finger scroll for video editing. It's very much like this horizontal scroll on a trackball.
And believe me, if I could afford one of those, I'd have one in my lap right now.
It's going to be a good box for video editing. All right, so one guy in favor of the Mighty Mouse.
There you go. My real reason for calling is I know there's a lot of big issues in this, the upcoming election. One thing I'm not hearing anything about is net neutrality, which concerns me as a small business owner, especially someone who distributes video online. A quick Google search reveals McCain opposes it, while Obama says on his website that he favors an open internet. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, Senator Obama went to Google and spoke to Google, and I was very impressed with not only his grasp. What happens, I think, often is that when you get to specialty issues like this, the candidates don't really worry too much about that. That's not going to gain them a lot of votes. So they have staff prepare positions, and they put the positions up on the website. And whether they know anything about it or not is often a questionable. I was very impressed when Senator Obama went to Google, and you can find this, by the way, on YouTube and Google Video. You can watch his speech at Google. He answered questions, showed actually a surprising grasp of these issues, including, I agree with you, one of the most important issues going forward, which is preventing discrimination on the net. Net neutrality, it's sometimes called, which is the idea that if a website is on the net, that your internet service provider shouldn't discriminate against them, that any bits that come to you should be equal. They shouldn't slow down Skype because they happen to have an interest in doing their own voice over internet. They shouldn't slow down BitTorrent because they're a cable company. They don't want you to download movies. And that's, frankly, the kind of thing that is happening in some countries, certainly in Canada. Comcast kind of was doing it in the U.S. until the FCC slapped their wrists. So I think it is a big issue. And Obama absolutely has not only showed a grasp of it, but seems to understand and is on the right side, the side of the angels. Now, I think one of the problems with Senator McCain is he's already admitted he doesn't use a computer and know anything about it. So I'm sure that he will have aides that will prepare appropriate statements. I haven't seen that he's dead set against net neutrality. I think the real problem is most of the time presidents don't deal with it. This is something the FCC deals with, and the president, it's not a big enough issue for him to weigh in on. So I don't know if that's worth voting on or not. It's a really good question, Jeff. I will put up. I had this link and I've misplaced. I think Popular Science had a very good compare the candidates on science and technology. I think in many ways, I think science might even be more important. Support for things like NASA, support for science research, stem cell research. These things are very important. And that's, to me, as important as technology research if we want to stay ahead in this country. Well worth researching. And absolutely, if you're a geek, well worth your vote. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.